Nico Mannion has been a household name in the high school basketball world for a while now, and rightly so. The 5-star guard and Arizona commit has proven countless times that he's deserving of his high ranking, and when you watch him play, it's easy to see why many consider him the #1 point guard in the country. Nico is a super explosive player that can light it up from the perimeter and facilitate for others. In this breakdown, we'll be looking at Nico's strengths on the court and also what he needs to improve on as a basketball player. Nico's ability to break down the defense and finish at the rim is what separates him from a lot of point guards in high school basketball. Standing at a legit 6'3", Nico is a big point guard that doesn't shy away from contact when attacking, and his leaping ability allows him to finish well above the rim. He's a very tough player to stay in front of one-on-one. His handle is solid, and his first step going left or right leaves a lot of players in the dust. He doesn't play around with the ball too much when he's attacking. Nico's moves are very deliberate and straight to the point, and his aggressive style of play makes him great at drawing fouls in the paint. In transition, Nico is capable of going coast to coast and finishing at the rim. Nico's speed and ball control when pushing the ball is very elite. He's a player that you can't press up on too closely because he'll just go right around you every single time. The way he can break down the defense, penetrate, and finish at the rim is probably the #1 strength that will make an immediate impact at the next level. The way Nico knocks down shots at such a consistent rate is what really makes him a scary point guard prospect. He's been over a 35% three-point shooter his entire high school career, and despite this being a lost art in today's game, Nico's mid-range game is already extremely efficient. It's very impressive when a point guard can attack a defender with a full head of steam, stop on a dime, rise up, and knock down the contested pull-up. This is a skill set that guards like Westbrook, Kyrie, Kemba, and Lillard have perfected and use on a nightly basis. Seeing Nico knock down tough mid-range pull-ups so effortlessly at such a young age is what will separate him from other point guards once he's at the college level. And he's also a consistent three-point threat off the dribble and in catch-and-shoot situations. He loves to size up his defenders in triple threat or with slow dribbles to rock you to sleep, then he rises up with great elevation to knock down the shot. When you have a player who can attack the rim and shoot the ball at such an elite level, it makes them very hard to guard, which is why Nico's currently averaging 30 points per game for Pinnacle. Nico is a score-first point guard, but he's more than capable of setting up his teammates and creating for others. Being as though he's such a threat attacking the basket, Nico draws a lot of attention from the help D, which makes him excel as a driving kick player. He's solid at surveying the court and spotting the open man cutting to the rim, and he has the potential to be very good in the pick and roll. He may have some issues down the road with knowing when to facilitate and when to score at the next level, but that's normal for most young point guards. Hopefully it won't take him that long to adjust. Moving on to his defense, Nico has great potential as a defender, especially in the passing lanes. He has very quick hands and great instincts when timing passes. His on-ball defense isn't amazing right now, but when he's locked in, Nico could be a real pest to opposing ball handlers. With some good coaching, Nico has a chance to develop into a solid defender. Nico's overall feel for the game at the point guard spot can improve. He's a talented player, but sometimes he tries to make a play that isn't really there. He can get in habits of forcing the issue when penetrating. In a few of these clips, you can see Nico putting his head down and aggressively attacking the rim, but he doesn't seem to spot the open man on the perimeter. These are common mistakes for score-first point guards, so it's not a big red flag at the moment, but once he gets to the next level, Nico's going to really have to learn how to take care of the ball and not force the issue so much. And the same goes for his shooting. Stated earlier, Nico is a great scorer from 15 feet and beyond, but there are games where he jacks up some pretty questionable shots. This also isn't that big of a red flag because his shooting numbers show he's an efficient shooter, but it'll be something to pay attention to once he's at Arizona playing against high major defenders every night. Well, here's my verdict. Nico Mannion is an extremely talented point guard with freakish athleticism and a great natural feel for the game. He already has the ideal tools for an NBA point guard, but it's now up to Nico to find a way to put it all together. Arizona currently has the #1 recruiting class, and with Nico being considered arguably the best point guard in the country, there will be a lot of eyes on Nico watching to see if he could lead a talented ball club to a great season. He'll definitely have some tough nights shooting the ball or have some games with high turnovers, but I think Nico's talent as a basketball player will overshadow these things, especially if Arizona's winning games. If Nico lives up to his true potential, I honestly don't see why he wouldn't be a one-and-done player. The upside is there, but only time will tell. Let's just see how he develops as a basketball player moving forward.